Hello, 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 and welcome back. We're back with Global Farmer again. It's another bonus stream on a Sunday. Um, so hopefully either everyone is enjoying, if they're in the UK, their Sunday lunch, or they have already enjoyed. Before I load into the game, I just wanted to kind of quickly just show I made some progress yesterday with the custom map that I was started. So I'm just going to go into edit mode briefly. So you can see I've added in a whole bunch of fields. If I go down, where is it? So you can see there's some fields that have been auto-detected here. But most of the fields were not detected when this region was picked up. So I've put a whole bunch of fields in just from looking at the map, looking at the satellite view and things. So that makes it quite nice and usable. And then if we go back out of there, come on, and we can then play that. If we wanted to. We're not going to play it for much. We're just going to kind of have a little look and see, just so you can see, obviously, what then comes about. So we just go into free play mode. Not worried about that. So we just put the farm there. So yeah, so you can see you've got your fields, just as we've done, and they've all got different looks to them. So you've got a whole region of stuff, and of course all of the forest as well. So that's what you can get out of the map editor. Now I just did these fields really very quickly. You could probably be a little bit more detailed, but when you put them in, you have to go a certain distance before you can put down another point. So it's not like you can just go but. So I'm not sure you get the nice rounded corners so easily. I'm sure that will evolve as time goes forward. So, in any event, we're going to head on back. We're going to head on back to our farm in Bertrange, and we're going to try and figure out what to do next, because we failed in our mission last time. We've got some the contracts are just getting too large for us to handle based on our expansion level at the moment. So we're going to try and figure that out. So I'm going to go on pause for a second. So the contracts this year are all silly crazy for what we've got the ability to do. We just don't have the fields to do that. So what I'm going to focus on, instead of the contracts, I'm going to ignore the contracts for now, because it's just not doable. And I'm going to try and focus on what we can plant on these fields and try and see if we can get some of the crops to be like 90% when we get to harvest time. So I'm not quite sure how much ryegrass will count on that. Potatoes might. Takes a lot of phosphorus. Yeah, so let's have a look and see. So we've got some of our smaller fields. Apples might do well there. So that field has 6. Okay, so let's see. So apples might be good there. Oats might be good as well. No, let's cancel it. And this field, it's suggesting canola. And this field looks even more like... Okay, so let's see if we can get 1 or 2 of them just to do... So that can ignore the fact that the tutorial's reset. I did plumb that in to the bug reporting tool. So we've got our pastures for those. Okay, so let's look at our big field, see what we can get on our big field. So that's still harvesting. Let's just finish the harvesting so that we can actually figure out what we're going to put on here. Looks like apples could be a good one on here as well. Possibly zucchini. To wait for that to finish. Whilst we're waiting for that to finish, we're going to slow speed it. We're going to come over here. So we've got all of the values where we want them to be. Plant. Potatoes. Lack of sunshine. So let's see if we can get rid of the lack of sunshine being an issue. There we go. So we can get 94%, 95%, 98% if we go there. Can we get it further than 98%? No, we can't do better than 98%. So what's the earliest we can get that 98%? Okay, there we go. So we're going 34 days. We're going to plant potatoes. So that should be a good fit. That's what we're trying to, and that's what we're trying to achieve right now. Okay, so that's. So I'm going to confirm potatoes. Excellent. So we've got ourselves ready for that field. Perfect. Now let's have a look at this field. This one, I think, was looking towards apples or oats. Oh, oats is good. No, let's have a look. So we've got a 99% here, which is good. Right, why? Okay. Doing 38 days for the oats. I think I will just spray for weeds. I'm going to confirm that. Okay, so we're planning for oats there. Excellentages.
All hands brace for impact.
Now let's go to our other fields. This one's looking a little bit... Oh, because we've not got the soil moisture up. We'll figure that out and then we'll come back to that one. And looks like we're going to have to figure that out here as well. So we've got some work to do on these ones before we take it further. So let's just move back to normal speedage. Let's also see if we've got some stuff to sell for the animals. Looks like we've I did it before we ended the last stream, so that's fine. Oh, and another suggestion I put in for an enhancement was just these little labels, just if we could either kind of have them as a pin, unpin, or a global, turn them on, turn them off, because they can be a little bit in the way when you've got a lot of fields in a small amount of space. So we've done the spraying there. So what have we got? Okay, that's fine. Don't need to worry about that. Don't need to worry about that. We want to irrigate this one as well. And weed that one. This one is still harvesterizating, but that's okay. That is a-okay. That one's now being sprayed, that's cool. So this one will plan for spraying, and then we're going to kind of look at what we're going to plant on these ones. The fact that we've got 38 days before we actually get into the prime growing season for some of the crops we've already put in, leads me to think that we should be okay. So, yeah. So we're giving up on, like I said, on the contract achievements, but there are achievements for getting like a 90% value, 90% healthy crop at harvest time. So that's what we're going to shoot for now. Just see if we can get a couple of those achievements before the game officially launches tomorrow, although Steam does seem to be saying that it's available in like 10 hours-ish. I'm not sure how much I believe that. Okay, so oats is showing 90%. Onions is showing pretty good. So onions is showing pretty good. We've got some oats. Let's go slow speed. Apples could be interesting. Apples can give us a high amount of money, so let's see if we can do some apples in that field, see how that works. Too cold, lack of sunshine, so let's go. Got a 99% mix there, that's cool. $28 days, 30 days. What have we got on the other ones? Seeding in 32 days, seeding in 27 days. So I'm going to go a couple of extra days. Go, yeah, 36 days. Okay, so that's fine. We're going to confirm that, lock it in. So now let's go to this field. We've got oats or canola or onions again. Or apples again. The onions, we're going to go for variety. We're going to go onions, I think. Best we're getting with onions is 98%. We want to, again, we want 32 days. Going to go 40 days, just to give ourselves a few days after we've planted the other ones. And that should still give us a good crop. Lock it in. The reason I'm doing that is just so we're not trying to work on all the fields at exactly the same time. Okay, so we've got the cluck run and clucking lane. Those are our two pasture fields for the chickens, and we're going to rename these ones Sheepy Hollow and Meadow. There we go. So we now, when we go into the field, we know which ones we're looking at. So these ones, these 4 will not have crops on them. So what are we going to do? What's Sparkling Field? Sparkling Field. Oh, that's the big one. Which is still harvesterizating. So let's get that finished. Dum 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 dum. Let's also check on storage things in just a minute, because we're planting some new things. So tomatoes, we're not planting any of that. We are planting apples. We are planting onions. So we've got 10 tons of storage there. Have to see if that will be enough. Nice to see the amount of storage used, but it's fine. It's okay. So what we may do is I move this one over here, like so. Then we move this one and put it over here. So we've got the refrigerated ones together, side by side. That's ventilated. We may or may not get another one of those. We're going to have a look at the crop expected yields. Oats. So we've got. Wait for things to be planted. We've got potato toes. Do we have storage for potato toes? Yes, the potato toes go in here. So because those all go in there, we may need to get another one of these. Or we may just sell them straight away. Because they're not all going to be coming in at the exact same time. And how much storage have we got there? We've got 12 tons of grain. Okay, cool. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, I know we've got 260,000. I'm going to keep, for this year, for 2029, I'm going to keep going as we're going. I'm not going to buy a lot, because I think we need to get ourselves back into the swing. But we have still got plenty of wheat for the chickens. We've got plenty of ryegrass for the sheep when it's too cold. And it's 7 degrees, so the sheep should start to be... Yep, you can see they're out on the on Sheepy Hollow. Okay, so now this is bare. Excellent. So now we can have a look at what we want to plant on here. And it looks like apples could be another good thing on here. But we haven't done zucchini. That's the next best. So let's have a look at zucchini. Okay, so zucchini, we got rid of the too cold. Oh, we got 100%. 100%. We do it in 50 days. 52 days. Okay, zucchini, bing bang bong, boogaloo. So let's confirm that. Excellent, happy with that. So we've got a whole bunch of different crops this time around. Totally not being driven by the contracts, because I don't think we'd meet any of these contracts at all. And I'm not going to try, because reasons of raisins. Josh, how come I don't have a harvester? Simply because I haven't bought one yet. So I've been focused on a lot of the crops like asparagus, because that's where, when you look at the contracts, there's been a lot that have been focused on asparagus and carrots. We've got the harvester for carrots, for the root vegetables, so for carrots and onions, but not for any of the grains, because we haven't really been planting a lot of grains up to this point. So that would be why. Plus, if we look at the harvester, it's 220,000, so it's been more expensive than we could afford up until this point. So I'm gonna continue without a combine for now, just so that we can focus on variety of crops to try and hopefully maximize our income and try and maximize the number of crops we're getting with a higher than 90% health at time of harvest. We have focused. We've got the chickens, so we've got chickens going. We've got sheep going. So we'd kind of diversified reasonably well, I think. At least that's my hope. I know. I have planted some grains, and they will be harvested manually. So we've got one very small field of oats. So for a field that sized, yes, it's going to take it a few days to for them to harvest manually. I'm not overly worried by that. And when we get to the larger fields, obviously we'll start to get a combine. But 220,000 for a combine is all of our money at this point. So it's expanding in the ways that we can afford to at the moment. So. So now we're just waiting for, which one is it going to be first? It's going to be the potato field going in first. So let's skip a bit forward, make sure that that's ready. It is. So that's one of the good things, is that a lot of this can be done. The workers can do manual labours to do the things. And I also think I did put something about the previous crop. Let's just put in here. This crop is visible on working field. It's not harvested. Goes up during field work. Yeah, it's showing that despite not being visible. Why? Seems particularly relevant with asparagus. There we go. There we go. Send that one off. So try and help the dev teams a little bit with understanding what's going on in the game. So there we go. So we've now got taters going in, and we should have seeding of oats going on there. Yep, so now we're preparing the seedbed over here whilst we're still seeding this one. Should be able to go run from one field to the next without too much issues. Do 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 diddle diddle do do. So now we've seeded. We've got the potatoes growing. We purposely manoeuvred it to not have. Oh, maybe it's only 0.29% lack of sunshine, so we keep an eye on that. We can't change it, but we did adjust it to get the best crop fit that we could. So we now got oats because we have the seeder for oats, so we're able to seed those much more quickly. So there we go. So oats looking happy as Larry. Not sure quite why Larry's happy, but apparently he is. So going to be seeding apples. I think there's definitely a suggestion in the feature requests for permanent crops, and I would imagine that things like apples would come in. You'd build an apple orchard, you wouldn't just plant it for one season. That would be seem like an excessive thing to do. Keep an eye on the potatoes because they use a lot of potassium, so we might need to throw some more potassium on. I think they said it used, maybe it was phosphorus. One of the two uses a lot. So now we've got our dancing dude. Dancing dude. La-di-da-di-da. Do-da. Have those, and we've got onions going in a couple of days' time. And then the last is going to be the zucchini on the big field. So we're just trying to see how much we can make in a single year without spending really anything other than the essential, like the seed costs and things. We've gone through a few years of expansion. I think we did it with a view to looking at the contracts rather than being driven by what the fields can provide us. So there we go. So now we're preparing for onions. Fortunately, we've got a planter for onions, so that one's going to be done even before the one that started before it, but that's okay. It's all planned. Is cows able to be kept? Yes, Joshua. There are cows. I haven't got any at the moment. We have only focused on chickens and stables. And again, The reason is when I go into the farm and we go into build mode, you will see that the cow barn is 180,000. So that's a very expensive item. The sheep barn is part of the tutorial. So if you follow the tutorial, you'll kind of build the sheep barn. And the chicken coop was nice and cheap-ish at only 56,000. So that's why we kind of have gone with only adding the chickens in at this time. In addition to the sheep, which was, like I say, part of the tutorial steps to do. But yeah, so there are cows available. We just haven't gone there yet. So we've got onions growing, we've got apples growing. Check they're happy. Everything's looking happy so far. That's good. So we just got to wait a little while for the zucchini to kind of get going. I'm feeling a lot better about it today. Yesterday, I think we bit off more than we could chew, but today we're listening. We're field whispering, listening to our fields. So, and why not? Why not, indeed? So that's okay. So it's the phosphorus, not the potassium, that they need plenty of. So we'll just keep an eye on the levels there. Keep an eye on the weeds. Just keep looking through our fields just to see where we're getting stuff. Few days, 15 days, 2 weeks away from planting the zucchini. And I'm not sure if you're familiar with the game, Joshua, but you basically pick where on the planet you want to have your farm. So I picked a location in Luxembourg, just near Betrange. This is, like I said, this is where we put our farm building, because I used to work in that building there. If you would look on Google Maps, that's where I used to work many years ago. So it's quite a cool concept, in my opinion, to have the ability to do all this. That's 152,000. 1.82 hectares. That's, yeah, pretty small nowadays for what we want to do. See, the bigger we get, when we get the more money, we'll be able to invest in the harvester, as you've already pointed out, Joshua, because the bigger we can get, more fields we can get, the faster we can get things done, hopefully the better off our profits will be. I suspect we might need to have a larger tractor by the time we get to that as well. So I'm just going to look around some of the fields. We're kind of middle of the year, so yep. I realise that not all of these look like fields, but they're going to act like fields. So, ooh, that one might be a good one. Be nice if we could tag them. These are the fields I'm interested in buying, but then they might whack the price up without us wanting them to. Let's go and have a look at our fields. It's been a few days. So zucchini in 8 days. Potatoes are still good. Oats are still good. Apples are still good. Onions are still good. Excellent. Now, if we were to get enough of anything for any of these, we could still do this, but we're not growing any corn, so we're just not going to. But it's okay. It's okay. Like I said, the asparagus is what let us down in yesterday's stream. So finding a field that would be kind to asparagus would be not bad. So maybe we just need to kind of go as we are for a few years and just adapt our crops. Sheep pastures have no grass. The sheep pasture here, the grass level is kind of, it's a variable. So it kind of, as they eat, it takes away the grass. When the sheep are not on the field, the grass regrows, and it kind of automatically bounces them between the two. So this one, you can see they, I think they were up here, and this one needed to recover. So it's taken them off of this field and put them down onto the other one. This one is slowly recovering its grass level. So you don't actually plant it, but it acts as a pasture, and the grass kind of grows and is eaten and then regrows. And that's how it works. And it's the same for the chickens. And as you can see, we don't have any, although there's kind of phosphorus and nitrogen, not phosphorus and potassium. We don't need to put any of that on there because that's that would be for working fields rather than the pastures. So hopefully that makes sense. Full grass level there. And obviously all the time they're eating grass, the animals are not eating their preferred crop that's in storage because they're out grazing. So there we go. So now we're planting zucchini. Yeah. I think it's going to be a manual planting because I don't think we've got anything. Oh no, we have got us. Let's planting it. Is that with the? Let's check on that. That must be with the with the vegetable planter. So that was one of the things we had to buy as part of the so we can plant pumpkins and lettuces and that's cool. I thought it was just carrots and onions because that's all we did in the tutorial. That's cool. Excellent. So that means that the zucchini got planted nice and quickly. Excellent. So zucchini's happy. It's going to start using all of the nutrients in the soil. Excellent. Potatoes are still happy. We're getting short on phosphorus, so we're going to whack some phosphorus on. We're getting weeds, so we're going to spray for weeds. And it's just queuing those up on the days. Follow. Sure, so that's happening. See, the nitrogen's going down as well, but not as fast as the phosphorus. So you can see we're starting to get some weed damage, so hopefully our weed spraying will stop that in its tracks. There we go. Weed damage is gone. Excellent. That's what we want. So that's what we're trying to do. Maintain as close to 100% as we can for our crops. Okay, so that's going to consume a large amount of nitrogen. We'll put some nitrogen on there for now, just to kind of top it up. I'm going to be very, 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 very kind of hands-on these fields. We definitely want to get some weed spraying there. So there we go. And obviously some crops generate weeds faster than others, or are more susceptible to weeds. So it really is a I'd say it's a babysitting game to kind of keep an eye on these things. But that's not a terrible thing. I think we'll throw some nitrogen on there as well. Do 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 doodly do. Okay. Okay, so we need some potassium on here. Keeps our workers busy. Keep them from falling down on the job. Falling asleep on the job, I should say, I suppose. But there we go. Okay. So we're now almost halfway through the potato harvest, and we've got still 99%. So, yeah, heading in the right direction. Got some weeds coming there. We keep an eye on that. Not quite yet. I'm ready to trigger that just. This one's use plenty of nitrogen. Go and do that again in a little bit. Do, do, do. I think these stand to be probably the best crop health harvests that we've had. Honestly, I don't think we managed to dial it in the previous times, but we're getting there. Is our little
All hands brace for impact.
Our little weather forecast. So for anyone on Twitch, apology, but you'll be seeing adverts in about a minute and a half. Maybe. I mean, depending upon how Twitch does it. So, so yes, so potatoes are doing okay. Oats are doing okay. Starting to get weeds. Keep an eye on that. Okay. Apples. Throw some nitrogen on there. Throw some nitrogen on here when that's finished as well. Start to get the hint when the bars turn to yellow. At least that's what I'm taking it to be. So we've got no damage occurring, no daily damage occurring to the crop, which is good. No daily damage occurring to the crop. And that's what we're trying to maintain. So we know our animals tend to self-manage because we've got 2 pastures for each. So they kind of flip between the two. So this one up here, you can see this grazing area is almost recovered. So when this one is depleted, which is going to happen shortly, it'll automatically transfer them to the other. This one, I don't think, with only 4 chickens, I don't think it actually depletes in a season. I think it gets close towards the end, but I think we managed to last the season. So 2 chicken pastures is perhaps a little overkill in terms of the size of them. But it's working for now. So we'll keep going with it. So 7% meats. 9% meats. We're going to give that one a spray for now. 6%. See, there's the weeds on the apple field is not increasing as much. Whereas we've got the double arrows on the onions. So we've got to keep an eye. 8% there, so set that one for next. Excellent. So it is a bit of... It's almost like it was the other week when I was cooking a big old Sunday roast. It's like trying to make sure everything all lines up and all works together and all comes together at the end of the day. So, put some potassium on there. Might put some on there in a minute as well. Some here as well. It's only costing us a few hundred, so I'm not excessively concerned by the amount of money that we're putting into those, because it's only up to like 300 a time. We're not doing it. I don't think we're doing it excessively. Some phosphorus in here. And do weed spraying as well. Okay, spray. We will need it on there shortly. So we're now 60. We're 2/3 of the way through potatoes. 99%. Yes. That is what we like to see. So this one as well now. That one's a bit more expensive. That was 940, but it's a larger field. Better yield we get. Actually, so that's a point. We wanted to look at the yields to know what we're going to have to store. So we've got 2.34 tons of oats coming. We've got plenty of storage for that. We need to wait for that action to finish. We've got 2 tons of apples, 4.6 tons of onions, 4.13 tons of potatoes, and 6.26 tons of zucchini. Now, I think if we look at the field overview, most of those are going to come in at different times, so we'll probably just sell straight away. I've not seen any kind of change in values of the goods. I haven't seen a calendar of that, so we're just gonna sell it when we get it. So we're not targeting the contracts this year. Possibly not next year either. We might wait until we've got much bigger farming and we've got fields that will do not more kindly for some of those crops. Obviously, I guess you could store them. I don't think I've seen anything where the goods are expiring or the crops are expiring, so you could store them and then kind of whack them on the contracts, I suppose. It's another strategy. So, there we go. So, just keeping an eye on our fields. Doing well so far. 2029 seems to be the year. So this one's getting a little bit low on water, so we're going to irrigate. So is that one. That one's low on potassium. This one's low on phosphorus and needs irrigation. Let's get the phosphorus on that one. Need to irrigate the apples and the potatoes. Possibly the potatoes first because they're going to harvest sooner. Wait till that's done. Irrigate the apples. Oh, excellent. So plan the irrigation for this one. Nice. Happy with that. Okay. Weeds are growing again, but we're 70 out of 90. We might give it another zhuzh in a minute. Excellent. All things seem to be going. Oh, that's nice. I hadn't sent the zoom out so you can just see the. That's a lot easier for you to see, so you can see what your crop is, but not the health. So we're going to whack some more lovely kind of tasting stuff on the potatoes, known as pesticides. Another irrigate on the oat field. Let's do that. I know it's raining, but don't count on that to fully restore it. Some potassium here. Some irrigation. It's great to irrigate. Allegedly. Okay. So we started the year. I say we started the year. We started the season, the growing season. We were about March when we started because I was desperately trying to finish a contract from yesterday's stream, and it didn't work. So we started with about 260,000. We've spent about 30,000 on doings of doing this. Let's see how well our efforts are rewarded. We're coming up now. Start harvest season. Not sure whether or not we'll just plant ryegrass in each of the fields to try and help them recover. Whether or not we'll just leave them over the winter time. Take that by year, I guess. So let's have a look down. So our sheep have moved off of this pasture because it obviously got down to nothing. They got moved up here. Currently eating this grass up here. Chickens are still quite happy just across the road from the farm. Ooh, ooh. To worry about that one for now. Doing there, either. Some phosphorus there possibly soon. Keep an eye. Some nitrogen. Got our apples. Some weed spraying for our onions. So we've obviously lost a little bit with the apples, down to 99%. So just a smidge down. But I still think, again, I haven't seen any of our crops that we've grown thus far this good a state. This far into the growing time. So I'm going to take that as a good sign. Potatoes and onions are going to be fairly close together. Time to harvest. So Gonna that for now. Oh, we need some nitrogen there. Yeah, we've still got almost 40 days. Shall we do that? we're getting down on the nitrogen on this field, but we should be harvesting it. Got 5 days, so I'm not going to be excessively worried by that. Makes a change for us not to have any alerts on the fields. Normally we've got the silt, sand, and clay mismatches going on. We seem to be having a better time of it. We seem to have selected better crops. So I'm okay with that. Another little bit right there. That's good. Oop, this one needs a little bit of attention. Stratification. Also spray some pesticides on the apple field. Should be harvesting taters very shortly. We are harvesting taters. Expecting a yield of 2 tons. I think. We'll see. So there's our harvesting dance. It looks a little bit like the can, but it's a bit different. Gotta love a harvesting dance. There is a potato harvester as well, so we could, if we're having much bigger fields, we could be using a potato harvester. Again, I'm fairly sure that's going to be quite expensivo. As such, we don't have it yet. So do. The onions are not quite there yet. The animals have consumed 0 from our stores. They obviously consume the grass from the fields, from the pastures, I should say. That's good. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so potato field is now barren. What can we plant on there? We could plant some ryegrass, and it'll help to kind of promote restoration of the field. So I think, yeah, we'll do that. Get an irrigation. So we got 4 tons of potatoes. We did well. We did well there. So that's 18,000 squidoodles. So that's earned us some money. Let's see how we're doing on our other fields. Oats are doing okay. That. Eye on that. To irrigate that one. And then we need to nitrogenate that one. Put some nitrogen. Okay. Oh. Except they're harvesting it. It still needs nitrogen. Anyway. We'll probably put the ryegrass on it, but we'll see. So we've got the onions. How many onions did we get? We got 4.6 tons of onions. Let's go and sell those. 20,000. That's certainly, like I say, back up to 260,000, and we haven't harvested 3 of our fields yet. So some nitrogen there, some irrigation on there. Get some messages. It's nice just to have them so you know what's gone on. Okay, so what's that? Weeds, we're going to spray. So it's towards the end of the growing season. Might do that one as well. Okay, so apparently I didn't confirm that, so let's move that where we can move it to. And confirm it. Thank you. So that's what happens. If you put it in there and don't confirm it, it stays with the yellow stripes and doesn't plant it. Sometimes that happens quite quickly, because if you're moving at normal speed, you very quickly move into the time you planned for it. So I won't say it's caught me out, but it's something that I've noticed a few times. So let's look at this one. So you see you've got the silt mismatch, clay mismatch, and sand mismatch when we do the asparagus. So we won't be planting any asparagus until we can find a field that will take it. Probably plant the ryegrass on here as well. Just to help the field recover. Okay. All things seem to be working well. Wanted to spray that for weeds, didn't we? There's only 12 days left of growth. Still worthwhile, I think. Doodle. Okay. So, see, grass, that's been done. That's preparing the seed bed. This one's seeding by the looks of it now. Oh no, it is preparing the seed bed. It's just doing it with, this is the manual, doing it with a shovel. We probably need more equipment, but we're going to run at the same size for now. Have we sold everything we've got? Yes, we have. Why didn't we sell that asparagus? Well, I had sold the asparagus. Okay, well. That was left over from before. Oh, that was what was being harvested, wasn't it? Okay. To irrigate. Still 9 days left of growth. Right, so we're getting to the end of the season. Ryegrass planted there, yes. How are our animals doing? They're doing okay. Back down here again now, having eaten everything up there. Oh no, some up there as well. maybe they've split them between the two. Looks like there's 3 on each. The numbers just don't always seem to update. Okay. Do. 6 days for that, 7 days for that, 16 days for that. Excellent. Dee. So the ryegrass has 2 beneficial effects. It helps recover the soil, so it replenishes phosphorus and potassium. Not sure about the nitrogen. Let's have that. Yeah, so it replenishes the field, and also is feed for our sheep. So we might possibly be able to get more sheep if we buy another sheep sheep pen, possibly another pasture for them. We'll take that because the wool from the sheep does earn a fair amount of money each year. So let's keep an eye. These last few days. 2029. Who would think it? Still be farming in several years' time. But there's also achievements for when you've gone 10 years. So when we get to 2035, we should get an achievement. So that's something not all of the games, when they first launch into early access, they don't always have the achievements set up and whatnot. But they've got some good achievements on this one. So okay, so we're, as you can see, we're manually harvesting. Like I said, we haven't invested in a combine because we're not doing huge grain fields. We did do this field with grain, with wheat, and we harvested it manually, so we had some grain for the chickens. Oats was going to be a good crop here, so we're looking forward to get some good. We're also harvesting our zucchini. So we'll see how we do with that. Again, we've got some nice health values for our crops. Pretty happy with that. So I'm going to just give that an irrigate because, yeah, it literally just turned. Oh, I could see that coming. Okay, so again, with the ryegrass, you can see we've got the silt, clay, and sand mismatch. We haven't got that on this field. Apparently we do on that one. But that's okay. Ryegrass, we're not too worried about the yield. We're using it more to restore the nutrients in the soil. So 265. So we've got, let's just look at what we can do on here. Ryegrass to regenerate. Days, confirm it. It's fine. We're still harvesting our zucchini. How much oats did we get? We got 2.3 tons of oats. Excellent. So let's see what they're worth. 10,000. Go sell those. See, we've got 45 grams worth of wool. I'm going to sell the wool once we've completed the growing season. And the eggs, just so that we can see like an entire season's worth. So. Messages, so we're now putting the ryegrass back on there. Still harvesting zucchini. Apples. Just going to let that be because we're a couple of days away from harvesting them. So yeah, so a nice chill. Much better than yesterday's kind of frantic straining to try and get things done. Excellent. So we're now harvesting our apples as well. Let's have a look and see what that looks like. Oh, it's not taking the trees down. I wonder if that will leave them on the field. I want to see what that looks like. I haven't actually done anything with fruit trees as yet. That's good. Still harvesting the zucchini 11 days after they became good. Again, that's because it's a larger field and we're doing it manually. I don't think...
All hands brace for impact.
I don't think there is a harvester that could do it automatically for the zucchini. Not all crops can be done en masse, so you need to have the workers. And then obviously multiples of workers make it faster, and you can control that when you set planting. So our field overview, there we go, we can see what we've done. So we had the leftover asparagus on our larger field. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. So we now bare on here. So plant ryegrass. Okay. Which will just help to top everything up. We were keeping it topped reasonably well, I think. So 7/8 of the way through harvesting by the looks of it. There we go. Harvesting. So it says there's no planting. It says it's barren. So I'm taking that to mean that there's... Although we can see trees there, there's nothing there. So now apples. We have 33, nearly 34,000 euros worth of apples. Zucchini. 56,000 zucchini. So we've made 100 grand in this growing season. Just about. So we'll also plant ryegrass on here. It's going to be a bit worse for wear because we're heading later into the doings of doing this. Oops. We've got a little bit of a scrolly wheel. Should go away in a moment. Sometimes it just, particularly when you use the arrows to shift crops along the timeline, sometimes gets itself into a moment where it needs to just go, hang on a minute. Yeah, I just wait. Usually it comes back. I haven't actually had an in-game crash with it at all thus far, so knock wood. I just may have given it the customer. Wilson! Shut up, it was me! Wilson, it was me. Shut up. Go and lie down. It was me. Go and lie down. Dogs. Oh, it was still... Oh, we have. Oh, I'm going to wait. There we go. It did actually come up with a... This program is not responding. So I tried to click... I was going to click to save. We will Click to save. But there we go. We're back. We're back. So, seeding with ryegrass. We've got ryegrass growing. We've got ryegrass growing. So everything is now in recovery from the season, and we'll see what everything works out as next time. Like I said, the zucchini was a nice value of crop. Very happy with that. So, of course, the apples. I wonder if we put apples on this larger field, whether or not they would have outpaced the zucchini for profits. That's what I'm trying to say. So it's now too cold for the animals out. Oh no, it's not too cold for the animals. It's still 24 degrees C. So the animals are still out. As you can see, the chickens, they're not quite through that pasture yet. I'm going to call that a successful season. So now everything's in recovery. We're going to sell. Let's sell our wool, our eggs. So that's gotten us up to 416,000. So the sheep are definitely helping our profits. Even though, are they? Yeah, they're in. Okay, so obviously we've utilised both of the fields. Let's have a look. See, we know it. I think it's 56,000. It would cost us for another sheep pen. Yeah, 56. Oh, 75,000. It's gone. Oh, no, this the chicken coop was 56,000. 75,000 for a sheep farm, which would allow us to have another 6 sheep. Let's try and find a larger field for them. What would a larger field cost for them to be grazing on? That one's way too big. That one is about 100,000, so 175,000. Plus the cost of converting that into a pasture. I think we're gonna hold off. We're gonna stick with what we've got. See what we can do now. So we're gonna just speed up time because we're not going to be managing these as carefully. Give that one irrigation. I'm just going to check some things on farm. So we do have a plow, we do have a cultivator. So we'll see if we can see if we see any difference from ploughing and cultivating next time around. Now, overall, with the performance this year, I'm a lot happy. So if we look at yearly finances, we have sold goods was 636,000. Granted, we've not made money on the contracts, but we didn't do that last year either. So we did take out a loan. See what it costs to pay that back. Current payback is 36,000. Paying interest, so let's pay that back. How much payback? Oh, okay, yep, so we've currently paid back. Okay, that's fine, yeah. Is it going to cost us any more, any less? And it's going to pay back the full... Pay back the full amount. So actually, if it's not going to cost us any extra, I don't care. I don't care. You're not going to get a rebate on the interest, then you might as well take it to term. At least that's how it looks to me. So there we go. Let's head on back out. Go back into Speedy. So we're now harvesting ryegrass. So that field, although it needs some stuff, we'll plan. Going to plan for next year. So we might do... Let's have a look at the canola. Now it's a grain crop. Seems to be... Actually, we might wait till it's irrigated. That needs that to be done. As does this one. As does this one. Can't do it because we're waiting. There we go. Okay, so let's... This field. And next year. So we're in 2030. Let's have a look. So what did we plant on that this year? We planted onions, didn't we? So let's go with oats because we had a good time with oats, didn't we? Oh, it's done that thing where it goes all the way to the end. It's annoying. Go away. Okay, so I don't know quite what causes that. Could get some zucchini. Some zucchini on that one. Be waiting. Maybe it's because I'm planning it a year in advance. Waiting now with scroll wheel. Dum, 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 dum. It's going to recover shortly. Still waiting. Actually asking too much of it at the minute, but that's fine. There we go. We're back in the business. Just trying to push this forward to see if we get to 100%, like we did last time. Guessing there we go. We got 100% there. So that will be fun. So what I'm going to do is, I said you could add more workers. So if we add 2 workers, it only takes 4 days to harvest. So we're going to add 2 workers to the harvest. And just cut that down like that. And we're going to confirm. So we've got zucchini going on that field next year. So now we're going to plant this one. And it looks like oats. Go with oats. Yeah, let's go with oats. See if we can get oats up to 100%. Again, we're doing manual, so we're going to do 2 on the harvest. Ordinarily I'd slide it, but sometimes you slide it and it goes all the way to the end of the year and makes a pain of itself. So we're just using the clicky. Don't think we're going to get much beyond 99%. I think we'll come back a few days. So we're harvesting on the 26th of September. That'll do. Confirm that. So that one's going to be our oat field. This one, give that a weed spray. That one a weed spray in a moment as well. That one, that we need to make that one. Spray weeds. And we didn't put any what's the word? Plowing and cultivating either of those fields. So I'll put that in just a minute. So let's have a look at this one. So this could be our onion field next year. So we're going to put onions on. We will enable plowing and cultivating. Everything is automated for the onions, so that's good. So we're going to just see what we get. Can we slide it? Yes, we can slide it. No, we can't slide it. It's frustrating in the greatest possible order. Nevertheless, planning for next year's activity, so we're okay. Got plenty of time. Okay, so we've got 98% there. I've pressed it too many times. Too many things going on again. Give me my spinning wheel, or give me my death. Maybe not the second one. Just give me the spinning wheel. I'll be fine. I'll make do. Okay. Just waiting for it to catch back up with me. So like I said, hopefully everyone's had a pretty good weekend. It's Sunday afternoon here. It's nice and easy times. Oh, little pooter. So, here we go. Oh, they'll be back. So let's just have a quick look at the field overview. Planting in May. What's it? Okay. So we were looking at this field. Okay, so we're still looking. Okay, so we're looking at the beginning of May. Get the onion harvest. So these. There we go. Click on that. It selects it. Excellent. We'll put it there. 98%, I think, is what we're going to get for that. That's good. Happy with that. When it comes back to us, we'll confirm. That's 3 of our fields planned for 2030. So far we've got oats, zucchini, and onion. Quite sure what we're going to put on the large field. We might try apples, because I think I'd like to see just how profitable a large field of apple trees could be. Okay. Spawn. So yes, if you do get the spinning wheel and it comes up, kind of program not responding, all I'm doing is clicking wait for program to respond and just being patient, letting it go, and it is coming back to me. So obviously it's just whatever it's doing a bunch of processing in the background, and it just needs a bit of patience and time to kind of catch back up. So that I'm fine with. So do the same thing here. So what did we have last time? We put potatoes on this last time. I don't want to put potatoes on it again. Let's go. We didn't plant canola on any of these. We're going to plant canola because that's a new crop to us. We're going to try to find the right time for it. To 95%. Also going to whack it up to 2 workers for harvesting. We got rye. Again, we're not worried about the yields on the ryegrass fields. It's mostly just to restore soil. not convinced we're going to do much better than 98%, so we're going to go back towards the end of end of April. Start of planting. Just because we're trying to balance it out with the other things that we've got going on. And confirm. So now we've got our those fields. So it's just a big field I think we need to plan for. So that field's planned. Those two are planned. That one's planned. So it's just this one. Planting apples. Apples, 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 apples. So let's get the seeding, we'll put 2 on. Harvesting, we'll put 2 on. Plowing. Cultivating, we'll do. Okay, so let's see what we can get. Percent. 99%. I think we're gonna let's stick with that middle of April. September. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Confound me. So there we go. So we've got I think all the fields planned now. Yeah, because it's just our grazing pastures that are not got any crops allocated. Slight change. Instead of potatoes, we've got canola. Yeah, that's good. Just got to get through the winter months. Harvesting the ryegrass on the last of the fields that needed to recover. We will spray weeds on that because I don't think we put the we didn't put the ploughing and what's sitting on. Whereas I think we did put it on this one, so we're going to let that one go. So we can look at it. Actually, no, it's not optional. Okay, it's not there, so we haven't turned it on. We did turn it on this field. The apples. Yeah, okay, it's fine. So we will weed spray that for now. Okay. So I think we are. Ooh. I think we are getting there. It's the 26th of No Wonder. All our fields are pretty good shape. For the new year. So why not? Seeding. So we'll also at the end of December we'll sell the animal goods that we've accumulated in the off-season months. Okay, Just going to take a pause to sell the wool, sell the eggs. We've still got plenty of ryegrass, still got plenty of summer wheat for the chickens, so we don't need to worry about probably don't need to worry about planning any what's any more crops for them. So we're good with what we've got. Okay. So 425,000 heading into 2030. Yeah. What we do is we'll probably just fast forward to the next action. Just take a moment just to review our finances. So every year we get shown this. So yeah, so we made made like 561,000 euros. So labor costs were not bad at all. Loan instalments, again, no problem. Livestock costs more than covered by the amount of money that we make from the wool. The eggs, not so much, but the wool definitely. So, again, no purchase equipment, fields, or anything else. So we kept steady. So that's good. So now we're going to skip forward to the first
All hands brace for
planting.
impact.
Just going to make sure that our apples are our first planting. The field is absolutely ready for it. So let's get on. Yep, less than a minute for those of you on Twitch. Unfortunately, you'll probably see an advert. Don't get any notification for anyone on YouTube, so apologies. Can't tell you. So now let's... there we go. So we're now going to see the ploughing as well as the cultivating. And that just reduces the weed values. Now, quite whether or not it has an effect beyond the immediate effect, I don't know. And that it prevents them from coming any quicker than they would have. But the apples don't seem to generate weeds quite so quickly anyway, so this field will be quite fun, I think. Hopefully quite a lot of money. Might not find that out until tomorrow. I'm going to probably do another daytime UK stream tomorrow for this. My evening stream, my 6 PM stream, is going to probably be getting on with Transport Fever for achievement hunting. Do-do. Wait, did I get that achievement? I didn't see anything pop up in the game. Interesting. Doesn't seem to have recognised the Harvest 1 crop with a crop health over 90%. But we just did a whole bunch of them. But maybe it'll do it over the... Who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's gotten itself confuzzled. It's entirely possible. Okay, so we are seeding apples. Then we've got canola going in. That should be seeded by machine. This field is just as ready. Still, obviously the apples are manual seeding. I think we had 2 people doing that. So I thought that's what we've done. Okay, so we've got lack of sunshine warnings on this. That should go away. I think that's why we got the 1% drop in things. So we've now got canola growing nicely. So we're doing okay. Oh, we've got the monthly animals. Pay for our animals and our workers every month. It's okay. First things in the world. So we could add some more chickens. So we could have 10 more chickens. I am tempted to do that. So it's going to not be that expensive. So we're adding chickens. So we've now got full capacity for chickens. And full capacity for sheep with the buildings that we have. Are now in 2030. Doing the same again, just trying to maintain crops to the highest possible health. With very different crops than we've been doing in the past seasons. We're adapting. We're listening, the field whispering to our fields. What do you want? What do you want? Got 10 chickens up here and 4 chickens down here. Let's split them nicely. It's cool. Sheep are up here on this one. Looks like the pastures didn't recover too well over the winter time for the sheep. But that's okay. So we have sufficient food for them. So obviously we're going to use more chicken feed, so probably next year we need to plan on having a grain crop for the chickens. Whether that be... We might keep hold of the oats. We might just see how much they're worth. We might keep hold of the oats for the chickens. Assuming that counts for them. Yeah, we're ploughing, which will take away the weeds. 0% weeds. Apples doing nicely. Canola nicely as well. Cultivating as well. Growing the seedbed for onions. That was our onion field last year, but it's got zucchini coming this year. It's good. Nice to spread the crops around a little bit. A little bit of rotational planning. So if anyone is looking at this for tomorrow's launch, then, I mean, like I said, I know Steam does say 10 hours, so it might be out the end of today. But otherwise, tomorrow is certainly what the publisher says is the launch date for it. Yeah, I've been enjoying playing it. I hope anyone that's been in the streams watching over the last few days has enjoyed it too. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on this one. I'll be probably doing some daytime streams through the week of it, just to keep it going. Would I recommend it, Josh? So again, it depends. I don't know what the price point is for it at this time. It is early access, so if you are someone who does not like to have perhaps a few things that aren't quite polished in a game, I would urge caution and just keep an eye on it. Put it on your follow list and wait for it once there's some patches that have come in, possibly, because there are a few things that are not quite right. None of them break the game, in my opinion. They're just cosmetic things that just don't look quite right. Like, for example, if we go in here and we go to detailed view and we come back out, sometimes we end up with lines coming down here into the screen. But again, for me, nothing's broken, so again, depending on the price point, I would probably be picking it up if I didn't already have it. Assuming I had the money, because I'm not flush with cash right now. But yeah, I think the concept here is, I think there's a lot of potential, a lot of possibilities for this. As I did at the beginning of the stream, I did go and you can edit your map. So if you find a region like this, and this is your favourite place in the whole world, and you want to put a farm here, but it hasn't detected fields like it has here, you can go in the map editor and you can put in fields manually, so you can still play where you want to play. The only thing that's difficult is when it's got really low data, sometimes you end up with tiles where there's no roads and no buildings and no nothing, and you can't put roads in. So I have put a suggestion in that in the map editor that you'd be able to add, delete roads and buildings and things like that, because I think that will add to it. But yeah, but this is just on the normal gameplay. This is, like I said, a postcode in Luxembourg that I picked because I knew it, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm, in terms of do I recommend it? I don't know yet. I still need to play some more, and I need to obviously see where they go with it. But in terms of, again, depending upon the price point, if it's a low price point, pick it up. I mean, the devs have been working on it. There was a patch came in Friday, so they're still working on it. It's early access. It's a good game, and I love the concept. I really love the concept. So being able to pick a spot on the map and farm that location, I think that's a cool idea. It's an early access game, so you have to expect some bugs. It's on your wish list at the moment, so we'll see if it's reasonably priced. Absolutely, Josh. If it's reasonably priced, I would absolutely get it, because it's totally playable and it's totally engaging. You can probably see this is, what, hour 8 that I've spent in the game, and that's just on stream. I've spent a few extra hours off stream just playing with it and doing the map editor. I'm really enthused. I'm really excited for it. I can't say fairer than that. Everyone has to make their own decisions. And yeah, I haven't experienced a crash, so the game has not crashed out of gameplay for me. It does pause, and I do get the spinning wheel, but I simply do the wait for program to respond, and within two minutes or so, it comes back. So it's obviously doing some processing. Now, I can only imagine that's going to get better, so they're going to kind of work on that. It might just be some things that aren't quite optimized yet, or it could just be that I have a slightly older computer, because mine is a few years old now, and that it's just taking a little time for my CPU to catch up. So I'm not going to cast aspersions there. So that's really where I'm at with it. I'm having a great deal of fun. I'm going to carry on playing the game. I'm going to carry on streaming it, probably daytime UK, over the next week or so, and take it from there. See what I can get done. See what achievements can be unlocked. Because, like I say, it's something different. And in the kind of farming agricultural games, yeah, something different is definitely to be watched out for, because it can change the way we do things. Need this game on your tablet. No farming managers on Google Play. Yeah, I haven't actually done kind of anything on Google Play. My tablets are iOS, unfortunately, Mike. But and I'm not sure whether or not this will be on tablet. But obviously, it's here on PC. Whether or not they're able to port it, I don't know. There's quite a lot of clicking of things. Let's put some weed spray on there. But yeah, so I'd say I'm certainly having fun with it. Now that I'm getting into more of the rhythm of it, it's a little bit finding your feet and doing things. So now we've got the fields planned. Rather than trying to do multiple crops in a year, I'm trying to find one and do one good crop in a year, and then do the ryegrass to recover at the end of the year. And that made us a huge. We went from, what was it? We went from 260,000 to 415,000 in terms of our bank balance. That was good. It's good. I was pleased. So let's get some nitrogen on that. Just got to keep an eye on our fields. So yeah. So yeah. Keeping an eye. The apple trees are quite low maintenance, which is good. So sometimes perhaps you want to look at the crops that are low maintenance. So happy with that. Although, yeah, I guess you're saying farming managers there, Mike. I think Farm Sim does have, I don't know if it's on Google Play, but I know it has a version of the game on iOS. I thought it was on Android as well, but I'm not 100% sure. I know it was on Nintendo Switch, I believe. So let's put some potassium down, because that's going to be running out soon. That one's running down. We might whack NPK on there a bit. So we've got everything planted. hole in the ground. We have increased our chickens by 10, so we've gone from 4 to 14 chickens. Going to get through to the end of June, I think. See where we are. I think that'll probably be us for today. A Farm Sim 22 on your PC. Can't play it on tablet as it's just weird. I understand, Mike. I completely understand. I've got obviously Farm Sim 22 on the PC as well. It is different to control it on the tablet. I did do, when Farm Sim 22 launched, I did do a stream series where I went through all the versions of Farm Sim, all the way from Farm Sim 2008 on the PC up to 19, and I did the mobile versions from 12 to 20, I think. So yeah, so I do get you. I do get you. So there we go. Boop, boop, boop. Let's keep an eye. That one's still good. That one needs some potassium. Keep an eye on the weeds. That one's good. That one's good. We keep an eye on the weeds. Excellent. So it really is just a juggling game. It's a management game, and it's cool. I like the little animations. I love the fact, like I said, I didn't see it when I first started playing, but I love the animation of the tractors going back along the roads to back to your little base. What games am I streaming this week, Josh? So I should be streaming this during the daytime. My Monday, Tuesday streams in the evening should be Transport Fever. And then we should be getting back to Stardew Valley Thursday, Friday on the evening streams. That's the plan anyway. Sometimes I change my mind, because you never know when a different game is just going to take me by surprise and totally, completely monopolize my brain, because it happens. But yeah, so we're definitely going to be doing some more of this as well. So sounds good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, we're building up for Farm Sim 25 coming next month as well. So I'm getting ready for that. And as always, there'll always be on YouTube there'll be All Derps Farm. So we'll do premiere on Saturday next week. So hopefully plenty to keep everyone entertained. I don't know how entertaining I am or I'm not, but I try. I try. I'm just me. So there we go. Let's say we're going to take it through to the end of June. Looking forward to FS25, Mike. Yeah, me too. I'm excited for it. I was excited for this one. This was on my list, on my wish list from like April this year. As soon as I saw it, like I said, so what I will do actually, rather than just go through to the end of June, because we're just waiting now, I'm actually going to hit save. I'm just going to go out for anyone that hasn't seen it when you start this up. Just going to save that one. So just going to go back out to the menu. I'm just going to show you the beginning of the game. So for anyone that hasn't seen this first stream when I was back out on Thursday, this is what you do. So you literally you're picking on the map where you want to go. Now, just a hint, it looks red, so it's kind of, oh, your first thought is that it's not there. You just have to hit the download button, and it will download that section of map for you. So yeah, so that's good. So let's go here and let's go Rochester. See if we can find anything. Rochester. That's more the Rochester I'm thinking. Rochester in New York. So let's have a little look, see what we find in Rochester. And this is the beauty of it, is you can pick anywhere. As long as they've got the OSM map data, you can pick anywhere and go and farm. And it does regionalize the weather to the region, so I might just look at some different, might just go around the world and see a few different. So this is rain amount heavy, sunshine duration 2 to 8. So this is kind of UK-ish, I suppose. It's got low density data, so let's just have a look at what that means. So what that means largely is you've got not many fields. So we've got plenty of roads, but not many fields. And that's okay. So I'm not gonna set up doing this. I just wanted to get that out of the way. So that's Rochester. So let's try somewhere that's going to be a little bit more different. So let's go back to the main menu. So let's go with another new game. Let's go. Haven't got Australia. We have got here. So let's just pick a random spot. Go China, India. Let's go somewhere in India. Chennai. Let's go down to Chennai. See if we can find somewhere down in Chennai in southern India. There's another farm manager game like this one on somewhere on Steam. The closest I'm aware of, Mike, is Farm Manager. So that's got 3 games in the series so far. There's Farm Manager 2018, Farm Manager 2021, and Farm Manager World. And yeah, I enjoy those ones as well. So we're getting 6 to 9 hours of sunshine. We've got heavy rain. It's got low density data again, but let's have a look and see what we do. Again, let's have a look at the fields. So we're getting some different crops here. We've got lemons, we've got olives. We didn't have those coming through. Oranges, I don't recall seeing in any of the other ones. So we're seeing different crops showing up in the recommendations for this, which is good. So that's, again, the variety, the differences. You want to see that. You don't want to have just one farm. You want to have multiple different farms around the world if you can. So that's cool. So let's go. I'm going to try Italy next, I think, unless anyone's got any countries you want to particularly see. Just doing a little bit of an explore around the world, because that's the basis of the game. So let's go Italy. Oh, I haven't got Southern Europe. Okay, that's a bit silly then. So what do we have? Got either of those. So let's go down Mexico. Okay, there we go. Let's go down to Huatulco in Mexico. See what we get. Italy sounds good for wine. Yeah, I would agree with you. Unfortunately, I don't have the map data downloaded, so I can't do Italy, unfortunately, so apologies. I've dashed everyone's hopes there, but we're going to go to Mexico instead, because why not? So we've got low density data again. We've got rain amount heavy, 2 to 8, sunshine. Okay, interesting. Let's see what we get here. So let's... Again, we've got low density data, so we almost have no fields here. But again, you could open it up in the map editor and add fields in. So let's just look at these. We're not seeing anything much different. We've got lemons, olives. Okay, so we're not seeing too much different here at the moment. But that's okay. And again, like I said, if you find that you get a map like this, you can do something about it. I did show this at the beginning of the stream. I'm going to show it again now. So when you get something like that, your best bet is to go into the map editor. So we're just going to have a look at that here. And I'm going to show you what I've done with one of the low density places that I like. So for anyone that's regular, you know I love Netherfield. It's a small village where my uncle had a farm when I was a kid. Unfortunately, the field detection didn't put a lot of fields in. So all of these green fields are the ones that I have added manually myself. And these ones that are coloured here are the ones that were detected. So there's a lot of fields missing. So I've been able to kind of go in, put the fields in, just by looking at Google Maps. And so it's now playable. And that makes a big difference. So if we then go back to the menu, I'll load into the game so you'll be able to see it and be able to see the game. So go back into the map editor, and instead of clicking edit, you click play. Simple as that. It says it's low density data, but because I've added the fields, it really does compensate for that concern. So even if the map data for your chosen location is not great, you can still
all hands brace for impact.
Still make it your own. So let's go. We'll go with free play for the time being. So then we can just pop out farmhouse down. You can see, okay, we've still got the lemons and stuff, but they're not as well recommended. We've got apple fields, and you can see we've got the different fields where we've defined them, and you can go and do what you need to do. So like I said, there's a lot of potential here. It's going to be early access. It's launching either later tonight or tomorrow morning. Do you have to buy each field? Yes, you do, Josh. So each field has a value, and you have to purchase each field. So it's not just, hey, here's the map, have at it. You have to build your funds, buy your fields, build your funds some more, buy your... you need to put roads in. So this is your map of your farm. You put your roads in. You put your storage silos and warehouses in. You put your parking structures in, and then you put you get your vehicles and implements, and of course your animal. So it's all. You start off, if you start off in free play, which is the easy version, you get 5 million. If you start off in, let's go back. You start off in the casual play, it calls it casual. Let's go back. Start off in casual. Let's confirm that. Computer. So you get the options. So you get casual gives you 1 million, but you also have a lose condition. If you are negative 500,000, you will lose. Not a problem, Josh. This is one of the reasons I wanted to do this, so that people that are interested in the game could have questions asked. They could ask me to show stuff on screen. And then hard, you get 130,000, and if you're negative 100,000, you lose. So crop sensitivities, credit interest, all of those things go up. And your sell prices come down to 100%. So you can see that you've got there's a lot of detail, a lot of thought that's gone in here. And that's definitely something to be enjoyed, I think. What else was I thinking? There was something else I was thinking there. Yeah, so we'll also just have a quick look. We'll go back to the settings. So my biggest recommendation is don't forget the autosave is by default off. Don't forget to go in and just tag that into whatever is your preferred 5, 10, 20 minutes. Because like I said, by default it's off. You can change your currency, dollars, pounds, yen. or stick with euros. And then the slowdown, you've probably noticed as I've been going through the game, it slows back down to slow speed when it starts working on the fields. And you can switch that off for some of these things. Obviously, I've been running on ultra quality graphics. That might be why I've had some of the processing pauses. But it's running fine. I'm not having any issues. Audio, you've got your music. I slide it down to 0. Just remember, obviously, when you load the game at the moment, it does play the music. So you just need to run the slider up, run the slider down, and it will remute it if that's an issue for you. Because there we go, Diamondback is in with butts. So, but yeah, we are literally just wrapping things up. So if anyone has any other questions, just before I do wrap the stream up, speak now or hold your peace until tomorrow morning when I stream again. Probably be about 9:30 UK tomorrow morning-ish, there or thereabouts. Oh. Diamondback, thank you very much for the 10 bits and the ship's whistle. I hope that hope you've got that out of your system. If that was the sound of your butt, then please go and see a doctor. If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself? That's a very interesting question, Diamondback. I am not entirely sure how to answer that. If I were a hot dog, would I eat myself? No, because hot dogs don't eat. There we go. That's the simple answer. So there we go. So yeah, so thank you everybody. I don't know what so credits. Obviously, this is Therabytes is the developer. It's being distributed by Aerosoft. So we're just going to kind of go through the credits for the game. It's a simple question, Diamondback. Yes, it is. However, I'm going to make it even less simple by saying, yeah, hot dogs don't eat. Therefore, if I were a hot dog, I would not be able to eat myself. Therefore, no. There we go. So yeah, so we've got some. Comes up fat in a whirlwind of teeth and claws. Okay, so obviously you are not a hot dog, and if I'm a hot dog, you're going to eat me. Okay, fantastic. Josh says typical fad answer. Yes, if I can overcomplicate it, I will. That is just what we do. Oh dear. So there we go. So yeah, sound of music by Active Fungus Studios, and the music actually is quite chill. So I haven't played a lot of it because sometimes you get copyright issues with those things, but the music is quite chill. It's a little bit too busy for me whilst I'm trying to focus and play the game. When I get more comfortable with it, I can imagine that I would probably put that on. So there we go. Real Map Basic Technology by Pradeep. So yes, it's some obviously OpenStreetMap.org for the map data, which is licensed, so they do put the licenses in there, and published, as we see, by Aerosoft. So yeah, so quite a lot of credits there, but as I said, I think it's an exciting game. I think it's got a lot of possibilities. I'm excited to have been playing it, and I will continue to be playing it. And I hope you have enjoyed. We will be carrying on. We'll be taking it further because I'm not done yet, and there's a whole bunch of achievements to get, so that's even better. So yeah, so we are once the credits have finished rolling for the game, I'm gonna head on out to our So and this is the part that I love. This is why I know I love these people. Special thanks to everybody at Therabytes, including our office dog Isla. Isla is actually on the website as the official mascot. So, and to our testers at Pizza Playtests, well done. And to our farmers on Discord. So lots of nice acknowledgements there. We are going to go to the outro screen now. I hope it's going to work. We're going to see if it works or not. And I'm going to say thank you to everyone. So thank you to Josh Diamondback, thank you to Mike and the other Joshua for kind of being in chat, being involved, getting involved in the stream, asking questions. It's always appreciated. And I hope you have enjoyed. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday, whatever you're doing with yourself. I will be back tomorrow with some. We're going to have some daytime streams as well as some evening time streams. So yeah. So see you during the week, Josh. Take care, everybody. If you're on Twitch, hang around. I'm going to see if we can find someone to raid. And if you are not, then thank you for watching on YouTube. I hope you have a great time. Let's see, who have we got to... I keep hearing my voice in my ears because of the clips. Okay, so Resender is going with Echoes of the Plum Grove. So we're going to head on over to Resender. So do stick around for that. It's a bonus stream. But Resender's a good chap, so do hang around for that. And yeah, thanks Diamondback. Take care of yourself, look after yourself, and yeah, we'll be back with more tomorrow. So it's unusual for me to stream on the weekend, but I felt it was a good thing with the new game coming out. So take care, everybody. Have a lovely rest of your week ahead and the remainder of your weekend.